Hey, how you doing out there in YouTube land? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Hope everybody's doing okay out there. Hope everybody's well. Today we got an unboxing. It's one that I've been wanting. It's one that finishes up my my collection that I wanted for my SOGs. I decided to get it after Jimislash mentioned it in comments on one of my videos of one of my other XRs. It was an open box. Got it off of eBay. The person told me it was like it says it's like brand new. It was the extra one that he had. He bought two and he decided he was going to sell this one. The one that he didn't use. So it's supposed to be like brand new. And it's a Studies and Observation Group -12 -21 -01 -57 Seal XR. It's coming from Be Real Outdoors, eBay seller. There it is. Oh, doing the opening day is my favorite flipper. My favorite flipper, my Vision XR. This is the one that's the most fidgetable, the most fun to fidget with out of all the XRs I've purchased so far. That's my favorite. This is the one that's in my box. It's not in the roll. Doesn't go in the safe. Goes to work. Goes to work just about every other day or so. Nothing else in the box. Box is different from the other XRs. This is the American made one. Let me show you the box. Let me see. What does it say right here? Seal XR USA made. Let me read you the specs on this one real quick before we get started. The blade length, 3.9 inches. Country of origin, USA. Opening mechanism, XR, thumb hole, and kicker. That's the kick. The kick must be the flipper. The thumb hole's on the blade, and the XR lock is the axis or the axis type lock. Finish black Cerakote. Blade steel S30v. Hardness RC 59 to 61. Handle color, black. Blade thickness, 0.19. Well, that's real thick. Locking mechanism XR. Belt clip, reversible. Was this low carry? Reversible low carry. Okay. Belt clip type. Oh, reversible low carry. Edge type, straight. Blade type, clip point, handle material, glass reinforced nylon. Definitely looks unused. It's beautiful. On the blade it says as American flag and it says USA made, and on this side it says Studies and Observation Group, Seal XR. Cpm S30v. Oh, that was smooth. Definitely has ball bearings in it, just like all the others. It's super smooth. The glass reinforced nylon scales look beautiful. The scales look so nice on this one. I don't even care that they're not G10. You know me, I'm not big on the plastic or on the glass reinforced or FRN scales. I like G10. But on this one, doesn't matter. This looks really nice. The grip is really nice. Everybody was complaining about all the jimping. It feels good to me. It doesn't feel like it's not a really rough jimping. It's not the kind of jimping that would hurt your hand. I think it's perfectly fine. This is a really nicely made knife. Well, that is a thick blade. Flat ground, or saber ground, should I say. It's a saber ground blade. On the pommel, it has like a blunt striking tool. That would hurt. It's got a big lanyard hole. The clip looks really strong. I like it. The has full stainless steel liners. They're skeletonized. They're embedded inside the glass reinforced nylon handle scales. Nice Cerakote finish on the blade. Let's see how sharp it is. It's sharp. Oh yeah, that's sharp. Blade edge is nice. Nice point, sharp point. Blade is centered perfectly. Let you guys take a look. These on the SOG side are going for 188. I got this one for 158. It's absolutely beautiful. Like everything about it. And it's super smooth. It's smooth like the Vision. It just feels heavier. The Vision, you know, you could probably, it's more fidgety because it's lighter. But this one's a fidgety one too, it's just heavier. See if I can close it with one hand. Yep. Open it with one finger. Try the other side. Oh yeah. Works just like a Benchmade. That's better because you got a flipper. You just don't have to use the lock bar the crossbar to open and close it. Love it. When it's open, the flipper tab works as a finger guard. See what the bounce is like. It's a little bit behind the finger choice, so it's a little bit handle heavy. See if I put it all the way up forward, it wants to go backwards. So it is a little bit handle heavy. I think that's because with this piece back here, I think this is stainless steel. I don't think it's aluminum. They built this thing like a tank. And that's a T6, I think. Let me see. I mean, no, it's a T8, I mean. Actually, it's bigger. It's a T10. It must be like a T10. Oops. I take it back. It's a T8. Feels like I could probably use a T9, though. It's a little bit of play in there, so it might be a little bit bigger than a T8. Where are the other ones? T6s? Yep, that's a T6. So T8 and T6. Absolutely love it. It's a beautiful blade. Functions really nice. This one and the XR are the two that function the best out of all my XRs. I mean, the XR Vision and the Seal. These two function the best. I really like the Pentagon. I needed a contact SOG. I haven't done it yet. And talk to them about the back spacer, how the blade hits the back spacer. I decided not to mess with the back spacer because I want to contact SOG and see if they're aware of that, and maybe they'll fix it or whatever, and still keep it under warranty, because I don't want to void the warranty on it. Because once you modify something, it's yours. I mean, they don't have to take it back because you've modified it. So I don't want to modify anything on the Pentagon. These are my two favorites. My two favorites out of the XR line. My favorite smaller one, and this is the best big one. Well, it's really the only big one. Absolutely love them. These are some really nice blades. Really nice. This one's the one from Taiwan with the CTS XHP. This one's from the United States. This S30v. Really love them. These are my two favorite SOGs. They're the ones I would recommend the most. Out of all the XRs would be these two. They're my favorites. And the TAC XR and the Terminus are fine too. Those are good ones too. But these ones feel the best. They feel the highest. They feel like the highest quality, and they work the best. Just function is just optimal. No blade play at all in this. Side to side or up and down. Same thing with this one. No blade play in this one either. Side to side or up and down. And this one, as you guys know, I've been taking it to work and playing with it all the time and fidgeting with it, and it's just solid. It's a solid knife. Absolutely love them. Let's put this one away. I want to do a comparison with some of my other heavy duty or combat oriented type folders, tactical folders, designed for soldiers. How much they say this weighs? Well, they didn't say how much it weighed. Well, let's weigh it. Okay. Because it feels like it's about 8 ounces. That'd be my guess. 8.2 ounces. Well, that's pretty good. Because it feels like a towel war. It feels like it's about the same weight as a extra large towel war. Not the small towel war, but the big towel war. And the Spyder, I think, is a little bit heavier. I think it's like 8 point something, almost 9 ounces. It's a little bit heavier than this one. Let's see what the Spyder weighs. Well, 9.3 ounces. Yeah. How much does this one weigh? 8.7. So that's getting a little bit closer. All right. Let's bring out some of these other heavy-duty folders I got. This one goes at the top because this is the one that we're reviewing today. How about a Contigo? Benchmade Contigo. Let's see what the Contigo weighs. 5.7 ounces. The Contigo. And how about my newest one? The Clever Girl. Love this one. The handle's a little bit on the tough side though. It's not a really comfortable handle because it feels like it needs to be rounded off. After a while it gets a little bit, it irritates my hand a little bit when I play with it all the time. But I love the knife. I'm not going to modify the handle. I want to leave it the way it is. Let's see how much that one weighs. 6.9. What was this one? 5.8. So this one's lighter, so we'll put this one over here. Next on the chopping block, let's get the other new one. The American-made Spyderco Manix2xl. And that weighs 5.1 ounces. So it's lighter than the Contigo. And last but not least, the tried and true Cold Steel Recon 1. Now this one's got some extra parts on it, so it might weigh more than a regular Cold Steel. 5.3. What was this one? 5.1? Okay, so this is the lightest one. Boom. These are all folders I would call combat tactical folders, designed for soldiers and law enforcement and emergency people. Or for civilians for, you know, whatever you want to use them for, you know, self-defense carry or utility carry, whatever you want to do with them. I think the main theme of them was for like soldiers and law enforcement. I love them all. These all have 4-inch blades. So they should be all about the same size. This one is the heaviest. But you know, the reason why is it's got the thickest blade. And it's got this big old stainless steel backspacer. With a head crusher on it, whatever you want to call it. This one has a thick blade too. It's a 3.8 millimeter blade. 3.84 millimeters. Basically, you know, pretty close to 4 millimeters. Absolutely love it. This one I've been carrying to work lately. Since I got it, it's gone to work with me every day. I know it's too big for really be carrying for work, but I just want to check it out and play with it and see what's going on with it. After playing with this one for a few days though, it's got a tiny little bit, I mean just a very, very, very slight up and down blade tick. No side to side, just up and down. And I'm going to do another video on this one because I'm going to take it apart and see if I can figure out what's causing it. This one, I've had these for a long time, the Contigos. I have 4 Contigos. This was my favorite heavy duty folder for a long time. This one has a real comfortable handle. People complain about the jimping. I don't know what they're complaining about. I think it's comfortable. I like it. The only rough part of the jimping on this one's like really like up in this finger twirl right here. But the rest of it feels, you know, comfortable to me. Then even that's not, you know, really bad. This one feels really good though. I think it feels good with the jimping on it. I think they made it just the right way. It'd be awesome if for, you know, gloves, you know, because all these knives should be, you know, set up so you can wear gloves. This one they put they didn't use jimping, but they did it all in the handle scales, in the G10 handle scales. The way they made the handle scales. This one is super comfortable. This is the most comfortable. The Cold Steel Recon 1. It's the oldest model and it's the most comfortable model. Andrew Dimko knows how to make a comfortable handle. I don't know if you ever experienced Cold Steel knives that are Andrew Dimko designs, but I've never seen one that was an Andrew Dimko design that had an uncomfortable handle. One thing he knows how to do, besides making, you know, some of the best locks on the market, the most, you know, reliable locks that you can depend on the market, is he knows how to make a really comfortable handle. This is a super comfortable handle. Spyderco has a real comfortable handle too. And it has jimping in the right places. And I like the forward choil on it like an American lawman. It's got the full flat ground blade, whereas like this one has a hollow ground blade. But the other models have flat ground blades now. The spear point and the clip point blade have both. I think they're both flat ground. I know the spear point is because I have a spear point one, and it's a flat ground blade. But my favorite one is the Tonto. I've always carried the Tonto Recon 1. I've always had one of these in my box. I have a bunch of these. I have an Oz 8 and with polished blades when I took off the finish and everything. I've been carrying these ever since they've been making them. Like the Tau War. I've always carried these and the Tau Wars, pretty much. Those have been my two go-to folders for the last 11 years. This one's new to me. I'm just now getting into Spydercos. Because I really don't like a bunch of little knives. I really like knives with 4-inch blades. That's like my favorite size for an EDC folder. 4-inch blade. I will go smaller for a work knife. I will go like a 3 to 3.5 inch blade for a work knife. A knife that I'm going to have to open up in front of people or need to use in front of people. Because I don't want to pull one of these out and scare anybody. Absolutely love them. This one is the sexiest. This one looks like a lot, it reminds me a lot of the Tau War. But the handle's not as comfortable as the Tau War. The Tau War handle's way more comfortable than this one, and the Tau War's a lot lighter. It's like under 5, it's like 4.9 ounces or something like that. And this is 6.9, so it's like a couple ounces heavier than a Tau War. The Tau War has a 4mm blade, so the blade stock is actually a little bit thicker than this one. But it has a swedge on it, so you can't tell how thick it is all the way to the tip. It gives it a look like it's a thin blade, but I think it's actually pretty thick. And the blade tang part of it looks thick, though, on the Tau War. I love the way this one operates, too. I love having the flippers. Ever since I got the Luzon, it turned me on to the flippers and been in love with them ever since. That's what I like about this one too. It's got a nice flipper. This flipper is like really sticks out, and so it's hard to miss it with your finger. If you had to open it in a stressed out situation, it'd be easy because you wouldn't have to really look for it. It'd just be there. This is the classic axis lock. The classic axis lock. Absolutely love it. This one's S35VN. This one's D2. This one's an M4 blade. This one's a CTS XHP blade, and this one's a S30VN. Is that right? No, S30V. S30V. So they all have good blade steels. This one's probably got the toughest blade steel. With the M4 steel, but it's also a carbon steel. Well, this one's a carbon steel too, but this one is one more that's more prone to rusting than a D2 blade. D2 is almost like stainless steel, but still considered a carbon blade. S35VN is awesome still. I haven't had any issues with S35VN on any of the knives I have that have S35VN. CTS XHP is awesome steel. It's an awesome stainless steel. And out of all the cold steels I've had that had triad locks, I have never worn out a lock. They never develop up and down blade play because they self-adjust as they wear. Awesome knives. I just want to try different things because I've been having triad locks for about the last 11 years. I've been using nothing but triads pretty much. Because I'm totally sold on the triad lock. I have total faith in the triad lock. There's no question mark in my mind that a triad lock is strong. It's not even up for debate. It's just, they are strong. Whereas all these others, I've seen the Benchmade axis lock tested, and it was on a bedlam, I think it was. And it went to 300 and something, almost 400 pounds, which is extremely strong. Anything that lasts over 300 pounds is extremely strong. That's the way I look at it. And I'm satisfied if something is like 200 to 300. That's strong too. But when you get over 300, you're extremely strong. You get over 400, it's just ridiculous. We're talking foot-pounds, not inch-pounds. Because these are measured at the factory to be up to 3,000 inch-pounds. I think it was. And I figured out, I think it came out to like 250 foot-pounds it should hold, which still means it's a strong lock. I think it's probably stronger than that. I think it'd hold more than 250 pounds. And these, the way this is built, it'd probably be like one of the strong Benchmades. It'd probably be in the 300 to 400 pound class. Especially this one. This is a heavy duty knife. This is their heavy, this is probably going to be Studies and Observations Group heavy duty folder. This is their 4-max. The reason why I don't have the 4-max out here because it's not set up like a tactical blade. It's set up like a civilian knife. I mean, it's not blacked out, no DLC coating or PVD coating or Cerakote coating. And the handles doesn't have, it's not all blacked out. To me, a true tactical combat folder should be completely blacked out. They make, I have one of these and that's completely blacked out too, but this is the one I have in my drawer right now, so this one that we're using. Besides, OD green is a tactical color too. This reminds me of the Army. If any of you that were in the military in the 70s, like I was, in the late 70s, we had cotton fatigues. And we used to wear the lifer caps and the jumper boots. And we had them spit shine. Standing tall and looking good. Then we went to the permanent press fatigues, and then we went to the BDUs, battle duty uniforms. But I like all of these. This one has probably the weakest blade out of all of these because it's a full flat ground. This one's probably got the strongest blade because it's just thick. That's a thick blade all the way to the tip. Even though it's a clip blade, it's real thick. Can you see that? I'm trying to show you the thickness of the blade. This one has a thick blade too, but it's not as thick as this one though. It's a 3.8 millimeter, almost 4 millimeter blade. And it's thick all the way up to right about here. And then it thins out and goes to a nice tip. And this one's a hollow ground also. It's a hollow ground blade just like the cold steel. It's be good for cutting and slashing because it's going to not be too thick behind the edge. This one's a strong blade too. A reverse tanto, or I call them scimitars. It's a blade type that I like, blade style that I like. I love tanto blades. I love tanto blades. I love spear-shaped blades. I like leaf blades as long as they don't get too wide. This one's just right. That's the reason why I got this one, because I think it's a beautiful blade. I don't like things that look goofy and kind of weird or strange or space age. I like things that look practical and look like they have a purpose. Like they're not just trying to get attention. Like they were built for a purpose. Absolutely love them. What y'all think? Which one's y'all's favorite? Pretty much representing every company here, huh? All the main companies that make knives like these. Studies and Observations Group, USA. Columbia River Knife and Tool. This one's made in Taiwan, but Columbia River Knife and Tool is a USA company also. Benchmade, Contigo. This one's made in USA. I think all the Benchmade Contigos are USA. I don't think there's all the ones I have are USA made. Made in Taiwan, Cold Steel. American company, California company. But they make these blades in their Taiwan factory in Taiwan. Boulder, Colorado, is it Boulder, Colorado? Or Gold, it says Golden, Colorado. USA, Earth. Spyderco Cpm S30v. Another American blade. Absolutely love it. This one's probably one that you can use for a lot of things like food prep. You know, other than just, you know, like a combat or whatever, it'd be good for everything that a soldier would have to use it for. Because, you know, like when I was in the military, we used to go to the field every 3 months. I was in the infantry. I was a tank mechanic. For my first enlistment, my second enlistment, I was a medic, combat medic. But you do lots of times when you're out in the field, though, is that you're, you know, when you're eating your sea rats, that's what we had at first, and we went to MREs. You use your knife and stuff to help prep your food with. And that's what this would be good for. I can picture soldiers using that one for that purpose. That's what you mainly use your knives for and stuff like that, because you use your weapons for other things. You know, the main thing you use your knives for is like cutting things and food prep. Absolutely love them. Let's put all these away. Love that one. Eagle Rocks. I love this one. This is the one I've been carrying. It's the one that finds a lot of time in my pocket lately. I like this one so much I bought another one. Just have it put in my collection. This one I'm going to use. This one I don't care if it gets worn out and used or whatever. That's what I bought it for. Because I got one. I like these so much. I got the seismic with the unfinished blade, and I also got the seismic with the serrations and the PVD blade and handle and everything. And I got another one of these to put in my collection. I'm a collector. I like to buy things just to collect. And if I like them really a whole lot, then I'll get one for myself to use. And this is one I got for myself to use. I really don't want to smooth down these handles because I think I should leave them just the way they are. But the handles feel like they need to be smoothed out a little bit right around the edges. Because it sort of irritates my hand. Even when I'm just playing with it, flipping it, after a while it irritates like this part of your hand. I absolutely love this one. I like the Ford finger choil like a American Lawman. American Lawman is my all-time favorite small knife. I've been carrying those for years. Years. American Lawman, the Holdout, the Recon one, and the Tau War have pretty much been my mainstay folders. For the last 11 years, they've been like the ones I've carried the most. Absolutely love it. But this is the man of the day. It's all about the SOG Studies and Observations Group. SOG Studies and Observation Group. I got used to saying that. These are my first ones, and I'm very happy with all the ones I've purchased. I love the entire XR line. Entire manual XR line, should I say. I'm not one that's big on assisted. I don't like assisted folders. What do you need an assisted folder for? I don't understand that. I don't even understand why people need automatic side opening folders somewhere. I can see the out the front thing, you know, because it's just cool. It's just cool to have an out the front knife. But you know, where I live, they're illegal to carry, so I don't waste my time with them. But I do like them. I'm not gonna, you know, I like to buy knives I can carry if I want to. Legally carry. Absolutely love this one. Feels pretty heavy though, so I probably won't be carrying it. Probably will be a collector. I'm just letting you know. But I absolutely love it. Anybody who likes carrying 8-ounce knives, this is one to get. This is a very nicely built knife. This is super tough, super strong, super stout, and it's smooth. They know how to make an axis lock, or XR lock, should we say. They know how to make a proper lock. Yeah, it looks, I'm looking at the blade tang, it looks nice. It's finished over here, but it's not finished right here where the lock is. Super strong. This is a knife that'll last forever. And it's my understanding that SOG, or Studies and Observations Group, uses the Wolf springs. So the springs should be better than the regular Benchmade Omega springs. But the only Omega spring that I've ever had break on me was on my 391. And I absolutely love these. I've probably carried this one the most this year. Absolutely love these. These are super lightweight and easy to carry, and they hide away really nicely in your pants pocket. Usually I wear black jeans. That's one reason why I like black knives, because when I put this in my pocket, you can't really see it unless you're really looking for it. Even if I have my shirt tucked in. Usually I leave my shirt untucked, so you really can't see what's in my pocket anyway. But this is one of my favorites, all-time favorite Benchmades. And I've had the AFCKs, both the liner lock ones with the titanium liner locks, and that's the one that failed on my hand and turned me off to Benchmade for a long time. And then I got then they came out with the Axis lock. I think I had the 806 D2. It was all blacked out. And I carried that one. I like that one so much. Like I like this one. Carried it for like 7 years. This was before I really was into collecting a whole lot of knives. And I wore it out because I used to use it for hunting and fishing and everything else. And the finish got all worn out on it and stuff like that. And somebody offered me more money than I paid for it brand new. And so I sold it. I wish I wouldn't have sold it, because I really like that knife. And now they're like impossible to get unless you want to spend a fortune. Because when I first bought it, when it was brand new, it was $110. Because you know me, I don't like to spend a whole lot of money on a knife. And then they jumped in price. Now they're like $300 if you want to get one. If you know you can find one. They're never cheap. So I probably will never get another one. But that's the reason why I bought a bunch of these. I got 3 of these and 4 Contigos, because I know the Benchmades, when they stop making them, they shoot up in price. Sort of like the Cold Steels. Like when they stop making the Towel Wars, they shot up in price, and I really don't want to carry them no more because they're all collector's items and they're worth a lot. So now I carry the Espada, the one that they still make. This one. Oh, and I almost forgot. One thing I needed to put out there, because I got tagged by the Last Ranger. My brother from another mother, the Last Ranger. And he tagged me, and he wanted to know what I was banging, what I've been carrying in my pocket. Well, Last Ranger, here it is. Yes, the Clever Girl. She's got my heart. She's won my heart. I love the Clever Girl. I've always been a Towel War person, and I don't want to carry my Towel Wars no more, so I really got this one to replace the Towel War. Because Cold Steel's not making them anymore, so they're worth a lot of money now, and so I just want to collect mine. I don't want to mess them up, and keep them as collectors. But so I got this one to be my next user, the one to replace the Towel War in my drawer. It's not as comfortable as the Towel War, you know, like I said, with the handle. But I love it. I love this blade. This blade is beautiful. I think it was made by Austin McGlone. He first made a fixed blade, and then they adopted the fixed blade version into the folding version, using Flavio Akuma's lock, the deadbolt. This is his lock. It's a deadbolt. I see they're doing the M16 and stuff like that too. But they're doing it with the 4116 corrupt steel, German corrupt steel. And even though I got the 2 size mix that I got, because those are Flavio designs, I wanted to get 2 that were his designs. I decided I didn't want to get those because none of they're small knives and they cost a lot and they don't have a great steel. So I don't know if they put a better steel on them, I'd be interested. But I'm not really super interested in 4116 German corrupt steel. I think it's cool on the size mix though, because the corrupt steel doesn't rust. It's like a really rust resistant steel. They mainly use it for kitchen cutlery. But it only holds the edge like 440C or, you know, so like Oz 8 sort of. It's not a super good edge holding steel, but it is very stainless. So that's what I'm carrying right now. Last Ranger, I'm carrying the Clever Girl. And I'm gonna pass the tag on. I don't know if you'll be seeing this, the person I want to pass it on to, but I'm gonna pass it on to Jimislash. What you banging, Jimislash? What's in your pocket? What's banging in your pocket, Jimislash? Show us. Make a video. This is what's banging in my pocket lately. The Clever Girl. All right. Well, let's get ready to close this one out. I want to do another video. I'm going to do it today. And this is going to be on the disassembly of the Clever Girl. Because we're going to see, I want to see if I can figure out what's causing a little bit of the up and down blade tick. This is an excellent knife. And this one, as much as I played with it, it doesn't have any up and down at all. No side to side, no up and down. It's just a beautiful knife. The only thing that I did was I wore out one of the Omega springs and I replaced them. It was easy to replace. It wasn't no big deal. The Omega springs cost $6. That's how much it cost me to replace the Omega springs on this. I just went on eBay and just bought them. I didn't feel like going through Benchmade or whatever. Just went on eBay and just bought me a set real quick. Because they have parts for. That's one thing that's cool about Benchmade is that you always can get parts for them, just like Spyderco's. But anyway, let's put that one away. The CRKTs, you can get parts for them too. Because I did a little research. I went to the CRKT website and I sent them an email and let them know about my Clever Girl and what I think might be the problem. I think the problem is the actual deadbolt. Because I think the deadbolt might be taking wear. Because I bet you the hardened steel from the blade is wearing out the softer steel on the deadbolt. That's what I sort of think is happening. But we're going to figure it out. We'll figure it out in the next video I make. But anyway, highly recommend this one. Highly recommend this one. The American made, USA made SOG Seal XR. It rocks. Peace out, people. Stiletto.